As I sit here thinking about my life and my life in music, there's a lot that I could tell you. I was a young girl when I started playing the piano and literally faked out every one of my teachers until I was about 17. I would walk into my little piano lesson in my little pink dress and my white patent leather shoes and ruffly socks, and I would say to my teacher, "Will you play this song for me?" So they would play the song, and then I would play it back to them. Well, it was a wonderful gift, and nobody figured me out until I was about 17, like I said, and getting ready to go to Evangel University in Springfield, Missouri, that the rug was pulled out from underneath me because you had to read music to be able to be a piano major in college. But I must say, in my teen years, starting at about the age of 12, I played for many boy bands in different churches, and that was always a great thing. When I got to college, yes, it was a huge struggle because reading music was not what was inbred in me. But yet, I had this gift to be able to play for people without having music, which led me to be able to actually play for a lot of different groups in college, travel all over the United States doing that, never needing a piece of music. And I say all that, not taking that lightly at all, because I feel like it is a very fine and wholesome and holy gift that the Lord blessed me with. And I've never wanted to take that for granted. A lot of times when I play, especially for like an altar call setting or something like that, I always ask the Holy Spirit to just take my hands and to play what He would like for me to play, to move on other people's hearts. And that truly is a humongous blessing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Now, just to gravitate for just a second, I felt the call of the Lord upon my life around the age of 12 when I was playing for those boy bands, knowing that He wanted me to be in some kind of ministry. I felt like at that time full-time ministry. And as I went to college and studied music, met my husband Galen, and we actually met because I would accompany him playing as he would sing many of the old-time favorites from the Happy Goodmans and many others. And then obviously we have traveled with the Calvarymen now 37 years together in a ministry. But it hasn't been until the last several years that the Lord has spoken to me and said, you know, your picture of what being in full-time ministry for you and my picture of you being in full-time ministry were two different things. I wound up being a band director, retiring after 31 years, and counting and thinking of the number of students who I have influenced through music, many who are pastors to this day, doctors, lawyers, many different people who are teachers, or just simply good people. And I thank God for that every day. And two people specifically come to my mind, one being a lady by the name of Selena Simpson Freeman, who is now a phenomenal pastor in the Church of the Nazarene. And yet I know that my life and my husband's life had a huge role in her becoming the lady of God that she has been. And she's a full-time minister. Then we have 2 daughters. Joni, our oldest daughter, is a high school math teacher, followed in our careers to be in education, and yet she leads FCA at her school. She works in our church and amongst many of the different age groups. And our youngest daughter, God has shown me, I prepared you to prepare your 2 daughters to be in whatever ministry role I have planned for their lives. And God has shown me that over and over. Our youngest daughter now being a full-time preacher lady for the Church of the Nazarene. And it just has become a very, very sweet peace for me to know that I've had an influence musically on so many people's life. Here at our church, at the Hartville Frugal Baptist Church, we have this phenomenal worship team, and I get the privilege to play the piano with them. And I look around, each one of the members of this worship team, at some point in their life, I had an influence on. From early ages, whether it be high school band, piano lessons, very many things, being their youth pastor, and then to sit and be able to play the piano with them each Sunday is just the most amazing experience. And the Lord has just granted me this pleasure, and I cannot thank Him enough. The first song that I played, I'd rather have Jesus than to be a king in a vast domain and have all the riches. That's okay. I don't need that. But what I do need is Jesus. And I would rather have Him than anything else.